Okay, welcome back, everybody. So as you can tell, the world didn't end. There was the preacher in California, Harold Camping, predicted that the world was going to end on May 21st.
I'm still here.
We're both still here.
So
we're all still standing.
Were we really bad and we're part of that huge percentage that stayed behind? I mean, Sandy, I have to tell you, I had an outfit ready. I was ready.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I was ready. I had my outfit ready. I went and did my hair, and I was waiting, and I'm still here.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen. You know what, though? I mean, could you really take it that seriously? He predicted in 1994 the world was going to end.
In 1994, they say it was before 1994. I think it's been the third time he's predicted. So I think it was like 1970 something, then 1994, and now 2011.
And now
October.
October
And now
21st,
October.
the world's going to end.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. People did believe him. People did change somewhat of their lifestyles and did things to prepare.
Oh, yeah. Not only changed their life, I mean, people sold off all their assets.
Yeah.
They got rid of their cars, all of their worldly possessions. They took all of their assets, their money, and they gave it all to him in order to build up this hype and pay for the billboards and the campaigning.
And where did all that money come from?
Well, it was the people that followed him. They sold their houses and then gave him all their money. They sold their cars,
and
gave him their money.
The judgment day is coming. Those trucks are really everywhere. I mean, I saw them here. I was in California and I saw them there. They really went around everywhere driving with this Judgment Day truck, warning everyone Judgment Day is here, May 21st. And I thought it was insane when I saw them. At first I saw it and I couldn't believe it, but then when I saw them next to me, I was driving and I turned and there was a truck. I was like, they're not kidding.
They're really serious.
They're serious. They're here. So it was serious, but now it's funny because everyone's like, okay, if the world doesn't end, what's this guy gonna say? So now I guess he's an 89-year-old man. He's a retired civil engineer, I believe.
You know what I kept thinking is that maybe he was just waiting and he's like, well, I'm so old, I'll probably die anyway. So when they see that,
I know,
so mean. I know it is,
mean.
isn't it? But I thought, well, maybe he's planning, like, I honestly thought maybe he was putting a little bit of like poison in his food every day.
What's his name?
And, like,
Harold
Camping.
Harold Camping.
And I thought maybe he really was like poisoning himself a little bit every day, and he had it planned so that he would pass away. And this is just crazy thought in my head.
Did you come up with all this by yourself?
Because I couldn't think.
I'm starting to worry about Sandy.
I couldn't think why somebody like this would preach to the entire world that the day was going to come and the world was going to end unless he knew for sure, at least himself, he was going to die.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's crazy, but it's been going on for a while. This isn't the first time this happens. He's not the first one to say that. So why all the media attention to this 89-year-old man? I don't understand why so much attention to him. Why not all the previous prophecies and all that?
I think it's probably just because he built it up so big himself. It's something that you see on the side of the road. It's something you see on the billboards and the cars driving by, and you've seen, both of us. I've seen also, the interviews with him, and he made such a big deal of it. Everybody is questioning, if you and I said the world is going to end on November 1st, 2021, and you and I went around and we started spreading flyers all over the place.
I don't think people would
just
listen to us. They'd be like, these two crazy girls, do they know what they're talking about?
Maybe, but I think people would still question it, and they'd be like, what is this? And they'd Google it. You know what I mean? It draws attention to it. I mean, it's just like with anything else,
So now, what is the story? He's saying, okay, it didn't happen. What was his excuse? He said he miscalculated. So he miscalculated. And it didn't end, so now it's going to happen in October. Why October, and what was the calculation?
I know, I haven't done a whole lot of research, but I would like for him to sit down and point to the verse where it says, today plus 7,000 years minus 6 months.
I don't think that verse is
I don't think so either. So where did the calculation
come from? Sandy, addressed to Sandy.
Do this math.
I don't think
and you'll see the end of the world date.
But according to him, the rapture was supposed to happen on May 21st, and it didn't happen.
Right.
So now it's not a rapture that's coming. Now it's just the end. So we're no longer waiting for rapture. Now we're waiting for the end.
For the end.
In October.
Okay,
So
great.
supposedly it's going to be earthquakes. I don't know what. I don't know what he's saying that
I don't know
that's going to
either.
happen to lead towards the end. But
But doesn't it kind of scare you a little bit seeing all the tornadoes that have been coming and all the earthquakes that really have been happening over the past
there
couple of
has been
weeks?
a lot of things, also really sad. The Midwest, the tornado that just
Right.
hit, that was really sad. And
Yeah.
it's devastating, all the things that are happening, unfortunately. But we haven't been treating Mother Nature very well. Our Mother Earth, I mean, it's bound to happen. This is how we're treating the earth, and this
Right.
is what it's going to give us back. And it's
Leading up
it
to the end
doesn't-
of the world.
It doesn't take someone, a prophet or anyone to say, hey,
Right.
something is going to happen. It's been happening. Japan, the earthquake, all these things are leading to huge disasters.
Right. And well, if the world doesn't end on October 21st, we still have 2012 to look forward to.
Oh goodness. I couldn't even watch that film. I don't like watching
didn't see
anything
it?
of that. No.
Oh.
And I don't want to see it.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, let's
That's
leave
another-
that there. Yeah,
another
that's
topic.
another topic. So we know that school is about to end. All these kids are going off to college, all these parties. So there's this whole thing that we need to talk about, which is should adults let them drink under their supervision, which is very interesting. There's actual parents saying that they should drink as long as it's in front of them.
Sure, and that argument's been going on for years and years and years. When I was in high school, we always had the parents who were, the cool parents. And I remember there was a group of kids that were all friends, and they would take turns having big parties on the weekend. And it would be at this person's house, and their parents were always home, and their parents supplied beer and
Oh, wow.
liquor, and oh yeah.
Okay.
And then the next week it would go to the other person's house, and then the other person's house. And I'm not going to say I was a big partier and I was at every crazy party. I think I went to one or two, but there's a big argument that says that that when a child is put in that situation and their parents give them the opportunity to drink that much as a teen under supervision, it leads to alcohol abuse.
Yeah,
and
well, that's why it's such a big topic right now. I think it was in the May issue of the Journal magazine. That's the huge talk, that
Right.
these kids that are allowed to drink at an early age, even though they're supervised, studies have proved that they're the ones that are turning out to be the alcoholics or drinking more alcohol. So that's why it's such a big topic right now, because of
Right.
this survey that was just released, the study that proves that it's really hurting them in the long run.
So what do you think? If you had a teenage son or daughter and it was graduation, would you allow them? Would you throw a party and allow them to drink
absolutely
under your
not.
supervision?
Absolutely not, because then I'm saying, hey, it's okay for you guys to drink. First of all, it's illegal. We all know
Right.
that it's illegal. So I wouldn't want to come out in front of them and say, hey, you can do something that's illegal. Because then that's the way they're going to start seeing everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
First it starts
exactly.
with alcohol, but then that could lead to drugs,
Yeah.
So I absolutely would not allow my kids to drink in front of me. But we can talk about that more. But when we come back, sorry. So when we come back, we're going to talk about are food channels making us fat? We'll talk more about that after the break. Stay tuned.